Hello, 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 and welcome back to another shocking episode of, was it Dungeons and Dark Alliance, the D&D multiplayer looter shooter game where I've been playing it single player, because of course I am. Is it going to show the difficulty level? We're playing this mission on maximum difficulty here, folks.
For the
Bunk.
goblin shit show I'm about to see.
Okay, so we definitely want to explore quite a bit for all of these Dwarven ancestral shrines. Steins. Stains. I've gotta keep moving, more or less. You don't know where these electric fields are going to be coming from. They could be anywhere. Kavoy! Well, I'm definitely doing more damage now than I was before. Hold on 1 second. Let me just... Because... Of course. $14, $15, $16, $17, $19, and then it stops, so... Basically just doing this over and over. Just keep going. Well, I died. So that's unfortunate. I misinterpreted what that area mark on the floor was all about.
I better prepare myself for the goblin shit show I'm about to see.
Yeah, I mean, probably should, I'd imagine, yeah. Should also probably actually jump when I hit the space bar. That would also be good of you to do. Yes. Okay, wait, is that open or is that not open? Oh no, that's open. Okay, cool. Oh god. Are you okay? Actually, you know what? End the combo here. Okay.
You and me, big guy.
End the combo here.
Mighty arrow.
Come on. Why are you taunting me? I'm attacking you. So hope everyone's enjoying their day. I'm going to try to cram as many videos in as possible. No. I'm going to try to record a bunch of stuff today so I can be all good and then I can spend the rest of today and tomorrow and the next day packing for my trip and I won't have to worry about stressing about things. Ooh, that was a close one. So, does anything on my equipment actually say that it gives a freeze chance, or does cold damage just have an innate chance to freeze? Because if cold damage just has an innate chance to freeze, that's kind of awesome. Wait, I hit the 150 mark. Refresh that. Okay, so 15 isn't enough of that. $17 probably also isn't enough to get 5% health. Nope. $30's enough though, right? So 17 ain't enough, but 30 is. Come on, get my health. To 8 to 9, 30. It's all just a counting game, really. Isn't that all this game is? You remember playing D&D with your friends, gathering around the table, and you're just sitting there counting for a couple of hours? Wasn't that the greatest fun that you've ever had? Sitting with your friends and counting. Maybe I should have done DDO instead. There's less counting involved. Still a bunch of grinding to be done if you try to play it single player, but still. Well, okay. Oh, hey, tablet. Cool. Back in my day, we didn't have fancy little tablets. We.
I barely remember Gotham. He made this door his life's work.
Oh, Stein. There we go. So apparently... Here, let me just try something. Yep, nope, you need 30. No, everything's fine. Watch if I try to go for that jump there, and I just miss the jump. See, that's... Oh, God. Remember when this game came out and people were saying, oh no, it sucks, it's terrible, it sucks, and it's like... I can see parts of what makes this game not so good. Oh, coming down here triggers the fight, apparently. Except they can't reach me, so I'm good. So 11.8. So 20, so 21.4, I think. Meh. Okay, try to kill that one and then jump down an ultimate. That's the idea. Nope. Apparently can't climb.
More goblins.
There we go. I gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that you will get a hole in the ground eventually if you keep at this, right? Oh, something right behind me. Alley-oop. Okay, you all good? You all good? Okay, I think I'm heading this way. What's with this music? Gosh. I mean, if I stayed still... Alright, I killed the group. There we go. Yeah, one beer stein every 4 minutes, right? That's what I'm supposed to be getting. Hey, stranger! Hope you don't mind if I use you to heal myself. Just a little bit, just a little. Okay. Yeah, I hope everything is going well, but... I'm not sure if I would play this game on my own. Like, maybe if this game was on the Switch, I'd play it. And it's just kind of mindlessly, you know, spam the attack button over and over and over again. And that's it. Just keep attacking. Walk a little bit, search the entire area for that couple of pixels that if you miss them, then you lose the whole submission. Miss one of the 15 steins. You lose that submission, and that's it. But mostly it's just mindlessly build. Oh, I didn't even see you. You hate guard duty, and you're really bad at it, too. I hear ya, buddy. Don't worry, you won't be on guard duty for much longer. See, this is probably one of the things that people said that they hate about this game. Whoops. Heal, please. Like, you can just sit back here and do this, and characters don't even notice. Because they're like programmed to only go aggro when you get like within a certain range of them. So if you attack them from outside the range, because apparently this game wasn't made with bow use in mind. Yeah. See, if you didn't go down into that weird corner, you would be out one of the Steins. Do. Oh. And yeah, sure. This game is made to be able to be played with your friends, so you'd have like one person staying back with the bow, like 3 people rushing in to find stuff. Okay, so that is that, and that's just that. Okay, cool. Like 3 people rushing in, 1 back with the bow, so it's just be all like rah rah rah, battle battle battle. Maybe there's friendly fire, so the bow isn't quite as useful because you could hurt an ally. I am playing on the hardest difficulty I can play on. And I'm still just cheesing my way through the game. As long as I don't get hit like 3 times in a row, I'm perfectly fine. Who are you yelling to? There we go. And of course, there's a 30-hit combo in order to heal 5% of your health, so that's useful. A part of me wants to go back to the Gloomhaven thing. Just go back to some Glooms. Because each mission was at least somewhat different, kept facing against new challenges and whatnot. That little Mind Thief, tearing down, monster after monster, whatever. Yeah, I'm looking forward to when Frosthaven comes out. Be prepared for me to do a big ol' Let's Play of Frosthaven, the board game, when I get that, and... oh gosh, when that happens, I might actually be in a different place altogether. So who knows, maybe I could wind up grabbing Azura's attention to play for a few sessions. Huzzah! Ambush! Finally, something new! And run out of the ambush and continue my strats like always. Yeah, have some games... have... oh, wait. Heal a little. But yeah, and then instead of having a Gloomhaven go up whenever I don't want to upload something, I just have some Frosthaven go up. I mean, there's supposed to be, what, over 100 scenarios in Frosthaven? I figure after playing through, yeah, if each one does take like an hour, or at least, you know, pad it out so it winds up taking an hour if it takes less, or shrink it down if it takes more, maybe. But yeah, over 100 hours of content, so I could do that as a daily or, you know, semi-daily uploads, or just have a really, really good rest. If I get Frosthaven and it winds up having like 180 scenarios in it, I'm going to be so tempted to have that be my alternate daily upload for an entire year. Just 100... Yeah. Imagine that, but imagine an entire year where every other episode is just Frosthaven. Yeah, and imagine getting all that recorded over the span of like a month or two. Basically, yeah, just Frosthaven all day, every day, essentially. Yeah, hair drying while playing Frosthaven. I could totally easily do that. Maybe. I could totally possibly do that. Yeah, don't talk about my gold. Anyway. So yeah, looking forward to that. Looking forward to some other board games I've backed on Kickstarter to come out. That fellow should totally be able to see me. Actually, I think technically 50 might... Yeah, right, like how... What is the most effective? Because 30... It's like 9 points. Okay, well... If you want health, 30 is most effective. So 30 is an extra 9.6. So like first you need 5, then you need 10, then you need 20. Alright, was it? Yeah, it's 5, 15, 30, 50, 80. I think the next one is 150, so it's not worth it to go beyond 80. But 80 is only an extra 17%. It's definitely more worth it to do 30 twice than to go all the way up to 80. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, if I could just write down all these numbers. That's like 5, that's like 6. Getting up to 30 is basically 20%. Of ultimate, all in all, 5 plus 6 plus 9, like 20, almost 21%, and then you could do another 20 shots after it, effectively, yeah, getting close to doubling the amount for an extra 14%. Yeah, 30 is the number to go for, really. 5 is 5.4. 6.4 is so 11. So technically, yeah, 15 is about 11. 30 is about, yeah, 15 is 11. 30 is 20. So 15 is more useful, but considering having to pause afterwards anyway. You might as well just go for the 30 instead of going for 15 pause, 15 pause. You might as well just do 30 pause. And when you have double shots for a short while, might as well go for those. It's about 6 and 1 damage. $51 and 9. Yeah, this is a lot more. So I hope everyone is doing fine, doing well. Oh gosh, yeah. I don't know, just thinking about stuff. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of this apartment I'm living in. I mean, it is nice that it is, like, my own place, but I'd much rather... Because, like, this place, like, oh, well, it's my own place. I should be, happy to have my own place. This isn't really my own place. I can't paint the walls. I can't, like, hang shelves off the walls. Like, I can't even just leave for, like, a week. Like, I have to get permission if I want to be out of here for more than, you know, 1 full day. Like, the people who run this place can just decide, oh, hey, we're sending someone in to inspect. No, you cannot argue this. This is just going to happen. You don't get a choice in the matter. This is what is happening. It's like, yeah, we decided that that's what we're doing. It's like, oh yeah, someone's gonna come in and inspect the place. If it's if the place isn't properly spotless, we can just decide to evict you. We're not actually going to talk to you about it. We're just going to hang a notice on your door that says, oh, by the way, you've been evicted. And you're not supposed to be able to appeal to that. I fortunately was able to, because I would have had nowhere to go otherwise. But, I mean, ever since that incident, ever since that near eviction, I have been looking for a new place to live, because... yeah, it's all up to what the inspector arbitrarily decides, and it's like, I don't like that. Is that what people have to face? Like, say if they have their own house, if they own their own house, will some random person just say, oh, by the way, I'm coming by in like 18 hours. Yes, they do give less than 24 hours notice, and no, they do not care. People say I should just drop that and ignore it. It doesn't really matter. I am not going to drop that. I'm not going to ignore it. And it does matter, because if they had given me my extra 6 hours, I would have, you know, cleaned up the cat litter. And because that was the only thing they had an issue with was, oh, well, the cat used the litter box, so you're being evicted. It's like, the cat uses the litter box like every couple of hours. You say I shouldn't clean before you come in for the inspection because you need to see the place like as it stands, like always. But even if I clean right as soon as I get the notice, so I have just cleaned when I got the notice, and if you had given me 24 hours, the cat uses the litter box a couple of times within a 24-hour period. So the litter box is going to, you know, be used. Unless I clean it just before you get in, it's going to have been used. But people don't seem to get that, and it's frustrating. Yeah, I remember when I was little, we used to move around all the time. Like, every couple of years we'd move to some new place. My family would, specifically. So I started to, I guess, get used to the idea of moving of... I really... what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say I really like looking at, like, show homes, like houses for sale. Because it's interesting design ideas, interesting what you can do with the place. Some of them are, like, furnished, so you can really see. It's like, oh yeah, they're doing, like, such and such stuff. Only one, this will be easy. Well, why don't you come up here and fight me like a goblin? You don't even aim for me. So, yeah, it will be nice to look at new houses and stuff. Because apparently we're not just going to look at the one apartment, we're going to be looking at a couple of different places. Yeah, also, apparently Azura has, like, no furniture of her own. That's a thing. Boom. Yeah. Noticing a huge difference in... whatever. Noticing a huge difference from before I go on this trip and after, because I come back afterwards and I'm not talking about apartments or houses or anything. It's like, never say why, but it's like, oh yeah, we just don't decide on that after all. I have to say, as far as game Let's Plays go, this one is pretty easy to do. It would be a different matter if I decided to... yeah, if I actually decide to cut out all of these parts of mindless arrowing. Because that's like, you know, 2/3 of the mission is just me doing this. Pretty mindlessly. Oh, I stepped too far forward. I activated all of them. Oh yeah, I am a bit concerned though that if we do get a townhouse as opposed to an apartment, we'll have a yard, which has its own whole bag of forms. I would love to live in, like, a house instead of an apartment, because an apartment, you go into the building, go a bunch of floors, go blah, 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 blah. Oh, the apartment we looked at, the building does have, like, a pool and an entertainment room, and that would be cool as well, and wicked awesome view, because they're so far off the ground. But there's something about just having a house where you can just be all like, yep, that's my place. Generally, houses are bigger than an apartment. Not, like, always, but generally speaking. Apparently Azura's trying to... Hold on one quick second. Apparently Azura's trying to call me. I guess that was just a accident, but it's weird that that triggered off of my tablet as opposed to my phone or my main computer. So, yeah, apparently just a misclick. MRS click! Boom, 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 boom. God, I've said it before, wind up saying it again, but there is a really freeing feeling when I'm like, you know, 20, 30, 40 videos ahead of where I'm supposed to be with my recordings. And it's like, well, I could just go like a solid week and record nothing and I'll be fine. So it's like, still keep recording, you know, 3 episodes a day for as much as I'm able to. But if someone invites me out on a spontaneous trip for the weekend, I can actually, like, go. Oh gosh, that's right. Speaking of spontaneous trips for the weekend, going to, like, Animathon or Comic-Con or wherever, say, MTG stuff, like, just the freedom of just going to a convention. It's like, oh, hey, there's a convention this weekend. Let's go. It's like, oh, I don't really want to go. It's like, cool, I'll go. The only transport costs that I would need would either be, you know, gas for the car or taking a bus. And that would be about it. Taking a bus both ways, really, but still. And then I can just choose to go. I don't have to pay a couple $100 to get there. I don't have to take, like, a week off of my schedule. Like, I'm going down for Animathon this weekend. And in addition to all of, like, the fees of going to Animathon, in addition to specifically the cost of the ticket for Animathon, I also had to pay over $150 for bus. And if I didn't know someone who was there willing to give me a place to stay and willing to give me a ride, that would have been so much more expensive. Book a hotel, book car, like, yeah, if it wasn't for knowing Azura, I'd have to like, oh hey Dad, can I stay with you? Oh, by the way, Dad, can I also get like a ride to Azura, you know, get taxi, because Dad doesn't actually live in Edmonton, so trying to book a taxi for that would be extra expensive. And just keep restoring a little bit of health at a time. Oh god. Oh god. I could just see myself eventually trying to talk Azura into getting a capture card so she can run all of her game consoles through her computer hooked up to whatever, but oh my god. Speaking of moving and stuff, one of the places we looked at, it had like what, 30 or 40 pictures, whatever. It was like a townhouse, or, you know, a house, whatever. Like almost half of the pictures were of one room. And the room didn't even look good. Like, I was able to look at it and find, like, what, 5 or 6 different things I didn't like? It was a kitchen slash living room. No specific set out dining area, because the entire living room was carpet, so, you know, that's bad for trying to eat, because carpet gets messy with food. It's like... yeah, no particular eating place for the kitchen. There's a kind of, like, wraparound countertop that somewhat separated the two rooms. Except, like, the back side of the counter, the side facing away from the kitchen, was, like... I don't know what the term is. I want to call it, like, particle board. It was, you know, the thin wood stuff that... It's like, yeah, sure, that's in the construction of, like, cheap furniture and whatever. But generally, you'd hope for that stuff to be, you know, covered by something more aesthetically pleasing at the very least. Like, no, just plain, like, brownish, whatever stuff. I would love to pick this up. Sounds basically just means I can't cast spells, doesn't it? Oh gosh, no. So anyway, like, the wall was, you know, some weird, dull color that's like, yeah, sure, people use that for houses, but they don't necessarily use that for a room that they're trying to show off. Like, before I lived there, I would definitely want to paint it. It was such a dull and boring and lifeless color. I'd basically demand to paint it. I've never actually painted a wall before, but I would sure darn well go and try, or, you know, hire someone. Probably just try myself. Whatever. Yeah, definitely. And it had weird, like, outlets or light switches or whatever at, like, arbitrary points along the wall. Because normally, say, outlets are close to the bottom of the wall, light switches are about halfway up the wall. So more or less anyone would be able to reach them. But they had, like, smack dab in the middle of the wall, like, middle height-wise and middle left and right-wise, there was either an outlet or a switch. The picture wasn't good enough for me to tell which it was, but it's like, normally those are also, like, close to entryways and stuff. Like, do you have to walk there to turn on the lights for, like, the kitchen or for the living room or something? Like, it'd just be wide enough for one switch, so it's like, it's like, what's the point of that? Like, and also, the kitchen itself had a sink in the corner, as opposed to just, like, you know, along the, countertop. It was in a corner, which means you'd have to, you know, squeeze yourself... Not really squeeze yourself. You'd have to get in there. Only one person could use the sink at a time. Because normally, kitchen sinks, double basin. A person could be in there to, like, I don't know, wash a dish or something, and someone else could go in and, like, still be able to do stuff. But nope, only one person at the sink, unless someone was standing in the living room and tried to reach over and awkwardly use the sink that way, they probably could. Because it was in that corner. It's in the corner facing the living room, not like the corner facing the corner. And it's like, and there were so many pictures of this. And then there were also a ton of pictures of the nearby walking trail. Like, I would understand if part of your selling point is, hey, it's close to a nice walking trail. You can see what it is. I understand, like, a picture or two. It's like, show... Yeah, get a picture to show, like, how close the house is to the walking trail. Like, say, from the back deck to the woods. You can see it's like, okay, it's not that far away. So, like, you can see it's like, okay, it's pretty close to a nice walking trail. And it may be, like, one picture to show, yes, this is a good walking trail. We don't need, was it over a dozen pictures of the trail? Over a dozen pictures of that one room, over a dozen pictures of the trail. There's, like, one picture of each of the other rooms, or most of the other rooms. I don't even know if all of the rooms had pictures in them. I'm pretty sure it didn't, right? Because it said it was a 3-bedroom place, and we only saw 1 or 2 bed. I think we saw 2 bedrooms, so the third one wasn't even in a picture. Stairway leading up to the second floor looked to be completely cramped by the perspective of the picture, or it could just be a narrow staircase. The basement was completely unfinished. Like, the walls still had, like, the bags of insulation on them. Like, it didn't have any, like, drywall on the walls. It's like, well, if I do live here, one, I'll want to paint at least that living room. The other rooms had a not so dull and dead color to them, but... And it's like, we'll probably want some sort of eating area. I mean, if we had a family, we would want some sort of eating area because kids are messy, but just for the 2 of us, it'd probably be fine. We'd either eat, you know, in the bedroom, in the gaming room, or in the living room. We'd be fine with that. But then, it's like, I definitely want to fix up that basement and use it. Heck, we could use the basement as a gaming room. That would be awesome. That's the thing that houses have over apartments, are, you know, multiple floors, which are nice and useful. Oh my gosh, fella, die already. I don't want to waste my ultimate on just killing this thing. There we go. Why are there 2 chests?